Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Second Nature podcast. You're listening to Aramide.
Oh, hi, Aramide. This is JIREH.
And I guess this is Anna.
Guys, if you were listening to Aramide's voice, that was like 5 pitches up. So that was not her sincere talking tone. She was just pretending. So
You didn't need to do that.
Let the people know, innit? Let's be real, you know. We ain't trying to do any fakeries out here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You can relax.
Well, what episode is this? 28?
I want to say it's 28, but it could be anything.
Yeah, we are now 28 episodes in, and we are here together again as a trio.
Oh my gosh.
The last time Aramide was here was what, episode 16?
It's been like double, so... 16.
Wait,
no, it's not double.
No,
You can't do the maths.
Cut this out. Cut this out. I can do maths.
You have a degree and you said it's double. Okay.
Oh, it's getting hot.
But yeah, guys, welcome to another episode of the Second Nature podcast. Just a few announcements before we kick off, you know. What are these announcements? Just the usual. Subscribe to our YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and then the biggest one, I know it to be so, is the drop of the New Nature brand that me and Anna started up. If you're thinking, what's New Nature? Well, New Nature is actually a derivative of Second Nature, but it's still the same scripture that we base our brand on, which is Ephesians 4:24. But all throughout the scriptures we have, in the NLT version anyway, because that's what we're taking it from, not KJV, because the ye and the yea and the nay. Yeah. In the NLT version, all throughout in the New Testament, it's littered through putting on your new nature to be like God, Christ, like holy. Just a constant reminder. So yeah, we started up a brand that's going to drop in soon, end of August, start of September. So watch out for that. Anna, is there anything you want to add?
Well, JIREH is actually wearing one of the t-shirts. So if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, get on YouTube and watch it. So you can see the t-shirt. We also have an Instagram actually for New Nature, which is at New Nature Clo, if I remember correctly. So follow us up on that, and you can get the tea on the drop. And because
I mean, if we do giveaways, we might not even advertise it on the Second Nature account. It will be on the New Nature Clo account. But talking about giveaways, we actually are doing a giveaway for Dave Creates One Day I Will Fly t-shirts.
Do you want to show them they actually arrived just before we start recording, which was so funny. But do you want to show them? Yeah. These t-shirts are pretty cool. That's the.
Do you want to describe them?
Oh yeah, for anyone listening. Okay, so you have is this the green one?
This is the black one.
Oh, it's the black one. Okay.
That says B3 on the back.
So it's a if you know Dave Creates, he's got this like font that he uses for everything. So you have One Day I Will Fly on the front, and you have B3 on the back in a gold font, with some icons around it, which you would understand if you listen to the album. And yes, I recommend you listen to it. And then there's another one in green as well that JIREH's now showing.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, this one bangs. Oh,
it's so pretty.
Listen, I wanted to keep it, but it's not my size.
JIREH and I were plotting to take them. I can't lie to you guys.
I wasn't part of this. I was the one telling them to go on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay.
But yeah, watch out for that. We'll be giving that out soon. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Be a YouTube giveaway.
Oh, we might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get them subscribers up. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Yeah. So, guys, what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today? Aramide, do you want to tell us?
Aramide doesn't, but Aramide will. So we are talking about relationships, not just romantic relationships, but platonic relationships, family relationships.
What's platonic relationships? What's that?
where there's no like there's no romancing, you're romancing, you get me?
Oh, okay.
There's none of that. So it's like boy girl friendships or girl friendships or boy friendships, not like boyfriend or girlfriend. It's more like yeah, the type of friendships you have where there's really no kind of romantic intention
Yeah, but
with
how
it.
do you know there's no romantic intention? Because you're assuming from your side there's no
Oh,
romantic intention.
honestly, if you have romantic intentions, that's your personal problem. As far as I'm concerned, me, I'm fine. If you're not, pray away.
Why should pray away?
No. Obviously, I mean, with every relationship, there is an element of communication. So if, let's say, you're in a platonic relationship, for example, and you start to develop um, romantic feelings, obviously let your friend know, and
Mm.
you guys can decide what you want to do with that. But primarily, platonic relationships are just, I guess, just friendships without all the new age connotations that the word friendship sometimes have.
No.
Mm. So
Okay.
I guess we should get a kickstart.
I want to do like a disclaimer though,
Yeah, go on.
because some of our listeners might be listening to this like, haven't you guys done a relationship episode already? Oh no. Yes, we have. But you know, like a diamond has loads of different sides to look in the middle.
Oh,
We're coming at
okay.
it at a different perspective. What?
What? Don't leave me.
But yeah, so we're just looking at relationships, just kind of in the lens of quarantine, and in the lens of the plights of relationships, the struggles of it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess we should just like kick it off with because obviously we're still in a wait. Is Manchester still in a local lockdown, or are we out of
It
it?
In
is. It
fact,
doesn't feel
yeah,
like it, but it is.
there's even more like parts of Greater Manchester that have gone up.
Like Blackburn and Oldham. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oldham, yeah.
and Berry. Yeah, I guess the question is, what has like lockdown taught you about relationships? Because obviously we're social distancing, and people can't really see each other. But what has that taught you about relationship? Because obviously, if you're not in proximity with people, some people have the notion to like drift away and veer away, and they're not as intentional as they used to be. But yeah, any takers for that? Opening your
Um,
mouth is not an answer.
I was just like, how do I start? I think during lockdown, it's really highlighted the need for intentionality in friendships, because with some friends, sometimes you only just see them at motives. Some friends you only see them
Motives?
at work. No.
Link ups.
Link ups, gatherings. That's the word. What's it called? You only see them in certain social situations where like you're there face to face,
Mm.
and or like normally if that situation isn't there, you wouldn't actually speak to that person. But it's really kind of opened up like who are the friends that I actually like call friends in terms of the people I actually speak to regularly or I'm open with. And also it's really opened my eyes to how just because I'm at home and you know that I'm at home does not mean I'm free, because like it's really important.
Wait, no. What?
No, that's the thing, because
Yeah,
like
but if you
especially
work
during
from
this
home,
time.
okay, I get it. If you work from home, but like
Oh yeah, I work from home.
once the working hours are done, it's a free for all. You better answer the
No,
messages.
no. No. You'll still take 2 to 3 working days. But it's really kind of opened my eyes to like especially looking after myself, like your mental health and like your space, because so many people will then use the opportunity to the amount of zoom this,
Oh
zoom that
Lord,
that's gone
a
on. It's
Zoom
really made
games
me
night.
realize that I still need time to myself, even though I'm quote unquote available. I'm not free.
Mm.
Yeah.
You can tweet that.
Tag me.
Where's the camera? Right there. What about you, Anna?
What is it talking about? Yeah, as Ramide said, I think being intentional, and also realizing that if you don't if someone doesn't contact you or doesn't talk to you, doesn't mean they don't value your friendship. But for a lot of people, there's been a lot going on like during quarantine, like in lockdown, finding their feet, working, not working, just like people have stuff going on. A lot of people have launched new businesses. A lot of people have transitioned to the next part of their lives, and they're really just trying to find their feet. Some people have moved to a different city during lockdown. Like, so many things happening. Some people have lost friends, parents, family members. So we can't take a lack of contact or a lack of communication with someone during this time personally. That's what I've learned. Like, because people are going through stuff, and I think I've just because a lot of people are tweeting about it as well, and like saying how because someone must have tweeted how, oh, if their friend doesn't hit them up during quarantine and check up on them, then the friendship's over because their friend doesn't care about them, whatever. And then everyone was just on their case, like, people have like, who has stuff to do? Like, and if it wasn't during quarantine, you wouldn't expect the same. So it's just like somehow people changing the expectations just because everyone's home. But yeah, I found that interesting. But then I've also found that you need to give people grace, because even though they're home, they might be even more busy than usual.
Yeah, especially if a lot of us have become like house slaves again and need to do everything that's happening at home. But yeah, for me, definitely intentionality has been something like a major thing during lockdown. But then for me, nothing's really changed that much because I'm still going to work every day. So the effects of lockdown haven't really hit me like that. So I still like talk to people. I never think, rah, this person hasn't hit me up. Dead the friendship. We're finished. Finito, done. To me, I'll still go out of my way to message people, still talk to them, see how they're doing. Even if people don't check up on me, I'm not in my room crying, because it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
So I guess I should ask, what is a good, healthy friendship? Because I guess quarantine would have made people realize that there's a lot of toxic traits within themselves when it comes to friendships. Hey, what's going on? What's with the what's the silence about?
No, I said, what do you mean toxic traits?
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I was like,
Clarify.
what toxic traits have I seen in myself?
Okay. So, so some people might realize that they only got on with people because they were actually around them physically, but when they're not around them anymore, they're thinking, I can't stand such and such a person, or
okay,
I find such and such a person irritating, because obviously people are on social media a lot more.
Yeah, I get you. I think with some people, their social media personas have actually very much irritated me, but I've tried not to judge them on that. But then it's just like, why do you have a social media persona that's different from how you are in person? So it's been interesting to observe, I guess, like how quarantine has allowed people to spend more time on social media, and now it's made all these kind of like personas / facades. But on the other hand, I've seen people really flourish on social media as well. So
yeah,
I'm literally just thinking.
Yeah.
I think like in terms of maybe one of the things I've noticed in myself is like with some friends, when we don't see each other face to face and they send me messages, if let's say they don't use like a certain emoji, or I can't really tell what the tone of that conversation is. So someone could be like, oh, I can't come. And then but if they don't add like an emoji, like a laughing one or a smiling one, or just like a bit more context, I'm here thinking, have I done something wrong? Because sometimes you're just so used to seeing someone face to face and having conversation with them that when you like talking to them via text or even over a call, they could literally just be washing plates and like talking to you. So their mind is kind of a bit divided, but so they might not be like giving their full attention to the call or something. But I'm thinking, oh no, like how is this being perceived? So maybe that's something I've noticed in myself. But also I think during this quarantine time, with everyone using social media a bit more, I think people are a lot more confident sharing their opinions on certain things, especially Christians. I remember when at the start of lockdown happened, there was obviously like those like radio shows and whatever. So people felt quite confident being like, this is what I believe in, this is what I feel. And there was a topic every day on the TL. It was like Christians didn't have anything to do. And that just meant that No, no, not in a
No,
bad
no, I
mind way,
get
but
you.
people just had
Yeah,
time. So it just meant that some things were coming out of the woodwork, and it was like, what do you believe in?
yeah.
Why do we share such different views? Um, so yeah, I think that was quite baffling at the start of lockdown, because I was like, normally when I scroll down the TL, people normally at work or people are at uni, this energy just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think it was just a lot like, hey, this is a pile of rubbish that's been in the corner for like the past 10 years. Let's clean it out. Let's actually discuss these elephants in the room. And it was just very, very interesting. But I feel like some of them, how they were navigated wasn't really the right way to go about it. Like some of the Instagram lives were quite toxic. Some of the Twitter
Which
threads
ones?
and back and forths weren't too great. Like I feel like some things were just better left unsaid,
All right.
because
Okay.
the way that was said was more damaging than leaving the rubbish there. But
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to think, like, what lives?
Yeah.
I
What
don't think I
lives? What
watched
lives
any
are
Instagram
toxic?
lives.
Because I don't think I watched any Instagram lives like that.
Yeah.
Because
There's
all I
there's a couple.
Anna's like, I know. I know things.
because the only thing I remember from quarantine, and we're nearly in September, so when did quarantine start? March. So what's that? Nearly 6 months.
Mhm.
Yeah, 5
Damn.
months. Yeah,
Wow.
about 5 months.
The radio shows, I remember that. No Signal. That was good.
Yeah, and
And
then our
uh,
our gospel. Yeah.
real gospel clash.
Yeah.
Is
Actually,
that
I
what it
don't
is?
think I tuned into any of them. They were
I
usually like late at night.
Yeah, they
yeah.
usually
I need to
start at like
sleep because I've
9.
got work.
Yeah, that's the problem. I would tune into like one on a Sunday, but then on Monday I'd be like so tired for work. So I just said I'm not doing this anymore, because obviously people that are working from home, they seem to just be chilling. They're fine, but
Yeah.
I still had to physically go to work all throughout quarantine, so there was no relaxation for me. But I guess the next question I have is in relation to friendships between when you became a Christian and before you were a Christian. Like, how has that changed, or do you feel like it's changed, or is it still the same?
Oh no, for me it's definitely changed. It's absolutely changed. Even like I'm talking months after I became a Christian. I felt like God was at work within me, because I kid you not, one thing I was doing 1 week before, the next week I was like, for some reason this just doesn't appeal to me anymore. Like the music doesn't bang the way it used to. These conversations just are a bit rubbish, aren't they? And for me, one thing I realized is like when I became a Christian, there were so many things that I just didn't want to do anymore. It wasn't like there wasn't like someone standing on my neck saying, "Don't do this, don't do that." It was just my desires actually changed, and I was like, "Is this God, or is this just like, is this me?" Like I couldn't understand it, and then I realized that a
It's
lot of them
Jesus
were
Christ.
Jesus Christ, and I realized that a lot of those things were things I would ordinarily do with friends, and then when I took those things away, the friendships had no substance.
Mm.
Because if your friendships are on the basis of partying, drinking, gossiping, and just slander, or just like talking about what you're gonna do to who and when you remove those conversations and you're now sitting in a room together and you're like, who said it? Who said it? There's now dead silence, and now you're you're trying to like, did you say something? Like you're trying to hash up conversations because you realize you have nothing in common except things that don't glorify God. Um, and when those kind of friendships, they honestly just floated out of my life. I know how God did it, but I'm like wow, I never saw it happening. And
But
then
do you
like
not believe you have a duty that you can still somehow be friends with them? And actually, I was gonna say the cliche stuff like be a light to them. Really
um
preach the gospel through your actions through to them.
You should actually come and see the jazz hands that Jerry's
the
throwing now.
jazz
Like,
hands. Okay. I think at that point, I think I was about, wait, February, March, April, May, about 4 months into my walk, and I was still trying to understand what this is. Like I've
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
reconnected with some of those friends, um, and like I'm not like there's a remedy at church and there's a remedy with them. Like I'm still the same person through and through, and I hope that they see that, and they see that I've changed and I'm different, and hopefully that's a light to them in that instant, in that context. But at that point in time, some friendships will literally lead you back into the world. And I remember I've told Jerry this before, when I like decided I didn't want to go partying anymore, one of my friends was like, Aramide, why are you being so boring? And I was like, I don't want people around me who at that particular time who would make me feel like I was doing too much for God. I wanted people who would encourage me, because this is something that is totally new. I don't come from a Christian background. This isn't something that is like totally familiar to me. And I had to kind of leave in that kind of, without reason, if that kind of makes sense. I
Yeah.
couldn't just like, I'm in the dark, and it's like trying to be in the club, but like I'm a light. Let me tell you about Jesus. No, just lower the music. Let me tell you about Jesus. You want a savior? I'll tell you about him. But like, since becoming a Christian now, I'm like, my friendships are still fun. We still have a great time. We can still talk about God, and like, they encourage me, and I don't feel quote unquote ashamed like to talk about what God is doing in my life or what God is leading me to do. They never say, oh, you're doing a bit too much for God. It's kind of like, when I sometimes I'm around some people, I'm like like, what am I doing for God then? Like, Jesus, what am I doing? But for me at that time, it was necessary that I kind of made that transition to actually make Christian friends.
Yeah.
I would ask Anna, but Anna's been a Christian from the womb, so let's.
Oh my God.
No, but okay, I'll pose the question to you as well. But I don't know how you're going to answer this because you've been preaching.
I don't have
Come on.
much to say.
She came out the womb speaking in tongues.
I'm screaming at you guys. Yeah, you're gonna have to move on.
I guess we can move to the other aspects of
it's just because I've struggled with friendships for very long, so like I don't really have a formulated answer to that question, if that makes sense.
Oh, tell us more about that.
No, we spoke about it in episode was it 3? So if you guys want to hear about that, tune into episode 3.
Yeah, but just give us a quick recap.
I don't know, like I was just that floater. I didn't really have a friendship group. I was just very floatery between those different people. Didn't really belong in one. Don't do that. What the hell?
You belong to Jesus.
I did that because JIREH made that noise.
Okay, great. I know that. So I just like, I don't know. I don't have a straight answer to that because there wasn't really a group of people that influenced me, my decisions, and impacted me, because I moved around between those different friendship groups. But my main people were the church people anyway. Like outside of school, they were who I hung with, and like if I did extra stuff, I usually did it with them. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
you, JIREH?
What about me? Mm-hmm. What, friends before I was a Christian and friends now?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, the friends I have now before I was a Christian, I still actually have now. That hasn't changed. They just know what it is now. You know, I belong to Christ, so certain things they just wouldn't really talk to me about because they'll know that I'll just like bounce that back. But to me, I just continue to be who Christ made me to be, and hopefully, you know, you still pray for them. Hopefully, they'll get that gospel, that light, that truth, the truth that will set them free for real. But apart from that, after that, I guess I had to be more intentional about my friendships. I had to be more forgiving. I had to be more graceful towards my friends. I had to hold them more accountable, because definitely before I was a Christian, what's accountability? Hey, do what you want, fam. Hey, what? You see that girl? Oh, right, mads. Go do your thing, fam. Oh, but you got another girl that, nah, it's all right, bro. It's okay. You know, man on man.
Okay.
This sounds too natural. I don't know
what's going on here. I'm confused.
Minister JIREH?
Yeah. The behavior traits just weren't very godly. They weren't very glorifying towards people. Obviously, that now I really have to take into consideration. But I say that like I think about it and think, should I do a madness or not? No, Christ in me, the hope of glory. Amen. That
He'd do the ad-libs himself.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That in me allows me
Looking at
Be your
to
own hype man. Be your own hype man.
that Christ in me allows me to just really value my friendships better and just go the extra mile that I wouldn't do before, and just extend the grace and just keep trying, because it can get tiring sometimes, but just got to keep trying, you know. Yeah,
That's all
that's
you
me.
can do, to be honest.
Hmm?
I said that's all you can do, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I
But
do have non-Christian friends. There are a few that remained strong.
like a stronghold.
No. What?
Not quite.
Why? Why? Who? No one said that. But definitely, I can relate to like having to like slip it in terms of when you're giving advice. Like, well, now I was reading the Bible and like I saw, and I'm like, it's not slick. I can't even. I'm not even slick, but I just sneak it in there, and
Yeah, it's like
and
yeah.
hopefully
So
that will do some.
Apostle Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians 13.
Oh no,
I mean,
you
Say it
like,
don't do
again.
that. You don't do that. You don't do that.
No, you don't. No, you don't do it that way, but in a bit more.
Yeah,
in a
yeah. I
manner.
like your way. Your way's
yeah.
nice.
So King David in
Cute.
2 Kings.
Oh my god. I just feel like I'd tune out.
I guess let's move to the other aspect of relationships.
I thought you were doing. You know, and a tussle.
You wanna-
Okay, sorry.
So this is the part that Aramide is most interested in. It's the
I don't know what
it's-
you're about to say, and now I'm scared.
it's the romantic side of relationships.
I don't know what
Um,
he's talking about.
Keep being the bad girl you
Romance?
are.
Keep being the bad girl you are.
So, guys, as two single women, what does a healthy single life look like?
Single ladies, all single ladies.
No, we don't stand that woman over here.
Okay, sorry. So
Yeah,
what had happened
Jesus
was,
is king. Yeah, not black.
Jesus.
Jesus.
So what had happened was, what was I gonna say? Oh, what does a healthy single look like?
Single life.
Life look like you
Mm.
being whole. Glory be to God.
That's such a
Yeah.
cop-out answer. Do you wanna
I know.
do you wanna elaborate more?
Not wanting anything more than Jesus. He's my husband. No kidding.
Oh
That coy
Lord.
smile.
Yeah.
Says it
When she
all.
said Jesus is my husband, just ignore her. When you see someone tweet that, they're tweeting that with tears in their eyes, so ignore them.
No. Sometimes people tweet that, and then 2 months later they're like, "So we've been married for 4 months, for 4 years."
I don't. Okay, I was gonna say I don't even know I do, but I just don't know how to articulate it. So, Aramide, do you want to take the
No, Anna, tell us more about that.
In it, yeah.
having a healthy what healthy single life looks like?
Yeah,
just
you said you
looks
can't
like-
articulate it.
Yeah, because I'm not good with words. I don't know why I
We
did
are
a
open to
podcast.
dance interpretations. We're open to dance interpretations, and I'll just explain what it is that you're
So
doing.
basically, God,
She moves a hand
He
and then
created.
The ancient
Um,
hills.
So basically, I'd say that you are content. Not that you can't want, but you're content with the current state that you are right now, and remembering that whether you marry or not, God is still on the throne. And you are still precious and important as a single, as much as a married person is to God. Because I think what especially church likes to do is put married people above single people, but God doesn't see them like that. So it's just like, why do you see them like that? You guys won't be married in heaven.
Okay.
So
Alright.
so what I'd say is that, yeah, being content in where you are and realizing that it doesn't complete you, it doesn't make you, and it's not your identity being married. And also there's so much you can do as a single person, and me and JIREH have said this in all the relationship or episodes and Q&As that we've done so far. There's so much you can do as a single person that you can't do as a married person. And even Paul emphasizes it. He says, in your singlehood, do everything, go on missionary trips, just be on fire for God. You can stay at church and do rehearsal until 1 a.m. as a single person. You probably can't do that when you're married, not too much anyway. You've got kids at home. You know what I mean? So there's a lot more you can put in and pour out to others when you're outside of the ministry of family, because when you have a ministry of family, that's your first ministry before church ministry, because they have been given to you, like children are a gift from God for you to nurture and look after. So they are your first and primary ministry before the outside church, and then more. So so right now that your primary ministry is the church and unbelievers, this is the time to really push and go out there before you have another added layer.
That's nice. But what happens if a nice Christian man enters your DMs and
he
you're on
speaks in
this?
tongues
Mm,
in the
I'll
DM?
be...
and he uses Songs of Solomon to.
That's already an X. Like, I'll just be like, thank you, but I'm fine. Because
Is he
I am
not trying to
fine.
get you with the word of God? Like,
okay, that's true, but I'll just be like, thank you. I'll be like, thank you, but I'm actually fine right now. Like, unless like God literally wakes me up in my sleep and like, oh, Anna, you need to. I'm not on it. I can't lie.
I need to wake up and I need to see like letters on my wall.
Because it's actually too much headache, and you know, when you just got so much going on, like I don't want to be thinking about another person and whether they're doing okay and having to message them and caring about their life.
Oh,
I don't want that. I'm
sorry.
sorry that someone will be crying when you don't message them. I'm sorry, but I just I can't do that yet because I just don't have the capacity to do it. I've got too much in my hands, and that's fine.
I agree with everything Anna has said. I think you make a lot of sense. Yes, JIREH. I know that upsets you, the last part, but that is the truth. Honestly, I've got too much going on.
He's got the capacity. I don't. My cup is smaller. That's fine.
God has given me bigger hands to handle more. Amen. Amen.
Sunday day.
So, Aramide, what does a healthy single life look like to you?
I'm trying to think. I've always been single. So
it's just normal life.
This is normal life. Like for the past 2 years, I've been single.
Single, praise the Lord.
I don't know that song. I've been single. So this has been like normal to me. But I found that since I became a Christian, because I've been Christian for 2 years and I've been single for pretty much most of that, like single for most of it. For me, I've just found that with the things that God has shown me about myself, I know that this is the best, like me being single right now is the best thing for me, for me to be able to like cultivate what God wants me to cultivate, to throw out what God wants me to throw out. So to me, it's just been normal. And like to buttress what Anna said, like the idea of having someone who's like, you have to pay more attention to, you have to be more intentional with, and like that whole process of like trying to build a relationship, that's something that I don't think I have the capacity for right now. And that's perfectly fine, but for me it's just I'm satisfied because God meets all of my needs. Any need that I have, literally God meets all of them. I have a roof over my head and food in my belly and clothes on my back and more. God meets all of my needs. And honestly, the other day I was saying to my friends, I was like, but I had to deep it. I was like, am I satisfied in my singleness, or am I just happy that nobody's son is stressing me out? Like, yeah, sometimes you have to ask yourself that question, like, am I just happy?
Nobody's son is stressing you out?
Nobody's son. Like, no guy's stressing me out. So am I just like, is this what peace feels like? Can I go to bed and just be happy and there's no tears? Like, so I think sometimes I have to really center myself and think, why am I satisfied in my singleness? Is it just because of the absence of something or the presence of God? Is it the absence of stress?
You can tweet that again.
So many tweetables.
Wow, Aramide, you just dropping them today. Come on now.
You're welcome. But literally sometimes I have to think about that, because all the glory should always go back to God and not like the absence of something. So, but yeah, I'm satisfied in my singleness. I love it.
Why do girls always have like?
But
the grass is greener on this side.
If you like what you see, DMs.
I don't have anything I like,
and we'll forward.
No, we won't. No. Please don't slide in my DMs.
Yeah, her DMs are already full.
No, Jerry, no, don't say that.
The word of God.
Okay, I know. I said my DMs are short, but please, Jerry, don't block my blessings. They're not full. No, but seriously, I love it. I think the single side is the grass is greener. But if I do get in a relationship, I will tell you that the grass is green on that side too. So
Exactly. I was just
take what you
thinking.
will.
I was just thinking to myself, why do Christian women always have the perfect answers to singleness? And I'm reminded that you guys have to practice this and you have to really internalize this to believe it.
Not really. I
say it.
just feel like because we understand that there is a lack of like eligible candidates in the church, just because there's less males, you just have to
Where are the
accept
men?
it. You have to accept it early on, and so we've had to accept it many years before any male has had to. So this is why we have the answer, because we live it out. Like, you know what I mean?
And just to say that, I think what's it called? I was having a conversation with my friend. I have 5 guys. And we're talking about
5
this.
guys? You're vegan?
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I know. I had the
don't
chips.
Go 5 guys.
You had the chips?
Yeah.
Is the chips vegan?
Oh, I thought it was just potatoes and peanut oil.
Yeah, they use peanut oil.
Are they fried in the same?
Oh, I don't know. All I knew was I had the chips and ketchup.
Oh, you sinner! You sinner!
Oh, I think I had like the veggie sandwich. It just had like onions and like mushrooms in it. But basically, one thing I was thinking about is like, as a woman, you take the position of submission in marriage, and I don't know about you, but I can't just be submitted to anybody. Like, I need to be with someone who's worth my submission. And if I look at the market, to say, no, I'm not trying
is
to
this,
be
is this
mean.
what's going on here? We're bashing the men. All right, okay.
No, this isn't men bashing at all. But in terms of like, for me, like, I want to be like wholly, fully submitted to my partner, and really live that out. And if someone is not, I don't want to use the word caliber just to be like, I am level 8 and you're level 2. No, but seriously, if let's say someone is like, I don't want to be with someone who is spiritually less mature than I am, because I wouldn't say I'm like spiritually mature yet. And so when you look at things through that lens, in terms of like, this is going to be the father of your children, this is going to be like, I don't want to get
the
divorced.
Head of your household,
the head of my household. This is someone I want to marry and be with for the rest of my life. You realize that actually the stakes are higher here. You can't just say yes to anybody. You can't just entertain anybody. And then when you look at things through that lens, automatically your eyes don't see certain men. In fact, your eyes don't see most men. Are you okay, Joe?
Really?
And then
Come on, man. Okay, so let me ask you, what's the kind of quality that you look for in a guy then?
Well,
no, and not someone that has lots of money around there.
She pulls out her scroll.
She said, "I want a sponsor."
So
20K a month.
So subsection 2, exhibit 4, paragraph 8. I'm kidding. I know these. To be honest, I'm always conscious about talking about what I look for, quote unquote, because I believe that certain men just ask so they can know who to pretend to be. And because they be asking you and you're like, what do you want to know? And then the character just changes.
I was like, oh wow, like maybe someone who's interested in music. Oh my god, yeah. So I was reading this theory book, grade 5, and you know, this page so interesting. It just spoke to me, and just like
certain men just want to pretend. I'm not about that, but I think as Christian women, we can all say we want someone who is devoted to God, like someone who loves God, like in every aspect of their lives, not just when they're in church with their hands up. What's wrong with you? With someone that up in church, but like I want to see in every area of their lives. Someone with personality, someone who gets all of this. I'm tongue-tied. I'm like,
personality.
She's not trying to expose all her list.
Yeah, I don't.
What kind of personality though? Because you know, there's
someone who isn't stingy.
The streets say that Christian men don't have game, and
oh my God,
they're not very.
The streets needs to stop.
To be honest, game doesn't matter.
Also, if
game
you like
doesn't
the guy,
matter if your character speaks for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
what's the weirdest way that someone's tried to move to you then?
I feel like whoa.
Because obviously this is only a question that I can ask you, because I can't even answer that myself, because people don't move to me because, you know, I have a barrier that is my girlfriend. So if you go past that barrier, then there's clearly something not right in the head.
You look at yourself like, are you okay?
Are you all right?
Who would have thought? You mean like aside from the usual, when are you gonna cook for me kind of thing?
Oh, yuck.
You know what? It's always the guys I don't like that you don't like that ask those kind of questions, because you're like, I want to do the opposite of cook for you. The opposite.
You take me out and empty your pockets. How about that?
Nah, if it's the guy you don't like, honestly, they could be doing the most. They could be, yeah, you'll still be like, no, not today. I was talking before the episode that the strangest, I mean, also, can we just bin like the whole, oh, my boy likes you, but he's too shy to talk to you. Let's bin that. Let's leave that in school. Let's leave that in school. Or, oh, I saw you, but all your friends were there, so like I didn't want to talk to you because all your friends were there. No. We bin that. I think I was basically, I'll give you a bit of context. So back at uni, there was someone I knew, just a friend of a mutual friend, and they worked in, I studied biology, and I was doing my dissertation, like lab work, and their lab was right next to mine. And so one day I went to work, I went to labs, I hadn't eaten all day, and then I bumped into them and were like, oh, I'm really hungry, I need to go. They were like, oh, I haven't eaten too, why don't we just grab lunch? I don't know if he's asking me out, but it got really dodgy really quickly. And so went to a restaurant just to eat food. I ordered chili con carne. Really, I was just trying to just get as much food in my stomach as possible. And then they started talking about like what they're going to do after uni. You know, that conversation you have as like final year students, like this is going to be the last year you're going to be at uni.
Nah,
and then
because I was in the library facing my books.
I was
Booking
hungry.
teammates.
What am I supposed to do?
Right.
And then they started talking about relationships, and they're like, oh, I broke up with my girlfriend. I was really controlling. I was like, oh my God, why are you telling me this? Like, those are things you hide. Those aren't things you tell people that you don't know. And then so we're eating, and then he looked at me dead in the eye, and he was like, are you a virgin?
Oh my God.
I said,
Yuck.
I was like, I'm not answering that. He was like, don't worry, I already know you're not. And he just carried on eating. I was like, what's going on? My head got hot. And I was like, bruv, I didn't finish that meal. I was so hungry, but my appetite went. I was like, I don't know what just happened here, but I need to go. But at that point, I wasn't Christian, but he was. So then I was like, I think that already painted in my head, like, what Christian men like? Like, what just happened? What just happened? Like,
Men of God?
Men of God. I said, I'm not answering that question. But he came with the same conclusion, and he just carried on eating like everything was okay. No. That's when I knew you need to flee from some men. Flee. Run.
Flee.
Why are you running? That's why.
What about
you,
Anna?
Anna?
Whoa.
You know, you never answered what you look for in a guy.
Because first of all, you didn't ask me. Second of all, you're the one who asked the next question.
Hey,
I don't get why you're coming
I'm
for me.
asking.
Why are you coming for me, bro?
I'm asking you
why
now.
are you coming at me, bro?
I don't
I'm
like
asking you now.
confrontation.
I'm asking you now.
Why
What do you
coming at me,
look
bro?
for in a
Why you
guy?
coming at me, bro?
Why are you lying for?
What I look for in a guy, that he
likes music.
That he likes God.
He's
likes
tall.
F1.
Has a beard.
Is comfortably taller than me. He doesn't need to be like 6'4". I just need a couple inches on heels. And I'm 5'7", so maybe that's 6'1". I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not picky, but I just know if we vibe, you know what I mean?
Picky?
No, I wouldn't say I am.
Struggling to tell the truth. I can tell you now.
I wouldn't say I am. No, I wouldn't say I am. Like, I'm not quick to cross someone off, if that makes sense.
Mm.
But I'm just observant, so I just catch things, and then I'm just like, maybe not, and X you. But it's not. It wasn't a straight away thing. I don't say I'm awfully picky. I just know what I want, I think. and I that helps me
Hey,
organize
she
in my head.
is struggling here. She's like,
I don't know how. See, I don't know how to put. Okay, let me explain. Okay, so in my head, I have like, basically it's a list. There's prerequisites and there's preferences. So prerequisites, things you must have. And then preferences, just extras. So then like, you're graded, and then you might be like in
She
the
said you're an A
maybe.
star. You're an
Yeah,
A
and then you might be in
star.
the maybe, and
Or
then
a
you do
U.
something, and then you're like, okay, no, swipe in my head. You get what I mean? So then I'm just
Oh,
like,
so you're
okay,
doing Christian
this guy's
Tinder,
for
but
you.
in your head.
Kind of, but it's like you're stored. My brain just stores you and then deletes you. You know what I mean?
Can I ask a question? What are things that you would give someone a U for?
Okay.
I have mine, but
Bad theology. I'm kidding. Being
Money coming.
to me.
being I don't know, but I know when
She
it's
does know.
there.
She just
You know
doesn't
what I
want to
mean?
say
No,
it.
I'm trying to think of a good example.
No money.
No money.
JIREH,
No,
relax.
but that depends. Depends what part of life you're in or you're at.
Ramide
no,
said,
no.
it doesn't matter to me.
She's like,
You got no
he doesn't
money.
have 7
'Cause if you-
streams. I'm
No,
not
'cause
dead.
if you don't have money and your master's year at uni, that's completely different from you having been out of uni 3 years and not having money. You get what I mean? You get my drift?
Or if you have really bad credit.
Yeah, but I think bad money management. I'm sorry, I can't teach you that. There's no way I can teach you how to manage your money. Like you have it or you don't, or you learn 20 years down the
Yeah,
line
but
after
drip is expensive.
I don't care.
Sorry,
about
drips is.
You can
yeah.
you can dress nicely
drip.
without wearing designer. Let's be
I
real.
don't believe that.
So
I'm
Yeah, you can wear that New Nature top, that nice luxury Christian brand.
oh my god. Anyways,
Seriously.
yeah. So bad money bad money management. Yeah, that's the next straight away. And if you, oh my god, you know non-Africans that make fun of African culture, X straight away. I can't teach you about my culture. You just have to get it.
Right.
Bye. Yeah.
No. Men that wear ill-fitting suits. I don't know why, but that's one thing.
Just like if you hit with the oversized,
Have
she
you
ain't
ever
trying
seen
to
like
hear it.
WWE when like all the chairmen come through and they wear those baggy long suits? That long fingernail, the last one that's like if it's like a talon, no. Loud chewers, stingy people, bad hygiene.
Bad hygiene. Oh my god, some men
Steal
stink.
or lie. Like what is that? The ghetto.
Yeah. But I've got a question for you, JIREH.
But you didn't answer this question though. What's
What was the question?
the strangest way someone has tried to move to you?
Oh, on the bus home. He asked me where the ACS oh wait, hold on. He asked me about ACS and I was just like, bro, I haven't been to ACS since first year. So I was just like, I got no clue, but you can go on their Instagram, I guess, or Twitter. And then he was just like, do you have Instagram? And I said,
Oh, come on.
why are you asking? And then he was just like, I want your Instagram. And I was just like,
no.
it turns out he lived on my road, guys. So we got off the bus at the same place. Oh god. Anyway.
Oh no. No.
That was weird.
No.
But yeah, I've got a question for you. So you as a single person, because you are single before
Amen.
God, amen, glory. Navigating dating scene, how is that navigating the dating scene as a single man?
Wait, what?
I mean, you dating, so you technically not single, but you are. You're legally single.
Yeah, of course. In the eyes of
Yeah.
the Lord, until marriage, I am single indeed. How do I navigate that? So,
because you can't navigate it as if you guys you know what I mean? Like there's a difference. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna riff off the buzzwords of accountability. Yeah, just being accountable, but also just because obviously, even though you're dating, the rules of singleness still apply. So your worth and your identity still has to come from Christ, not really in so much as the other person. But now that you are dating, like Aramide said, and like you said, which you guys don't like doing, is you have to think about other people. You have to think about the other person. That now has to come into a factor about what you do. And especially if you plan on being with them for the rest of your life, as in you are going to go into marriage, some of the decisions that you make have to factor into your future. So you can no longer really just do what you want or jump on a plane and say you're moving to this country unless you're on a long distance thing. Good luck there. But apart from that, you just have to really remember that you're sharpening each other, and until you're married, you're still technically either your brother or your sister in Christ. So you got to be careful what you be doing. That's why you got to set those boundaries in place, because the spirit might be strong, but the flesh, that flesh can be very weak, and you can fall very easily. You can be tempted very easily to do things that you wouldn't. Not that you wouldn't, because you would want to do it, but doing the things that you shouldn't do in the container of being in dating rather than it being in a container of marriage. Apart from that, just having people around you that hold you accountable to that in all aspects. Sometimes you'll be thinking, oh man, hey, this girl is moving mad. This girl is moving mad. And then you talk to your boy and she's like, nah, he'll be like, no, you just need to do more and do better and see it from her point of view rather than trying to blame her or etc. And really, the most important part is forgiveness. The best relationships are definitely on the basis of forgiveness, because you're gonna have to do that for each other every single day. There are parts where there's some times where you think, are you violating? Nah, you're actually violating. But then you have to forgive, because God forgave you. So therefore you have to extend that forgiveness towards other people. Even when you pray, you can be praying and then you be thinking, nah, but she did that yesterday though. But nah. Remember a few weeks ago, JIREH, it's all right. Relax. Pray. Ask for that forgiveness. Ask for that grace and mercy that's renewed every morning. You know what I'm saying? But apart from that,
sound fun.
You're not advertising this well.
You're not selling this.
You're not selling it.
Enjoyment.
You're not selling it.
But apart from that, you have someone there with you who you can speak to constantly, divulge your what you have in your mind, a companion, really, someone that you can just do things with. I'm never really like pressed to immediately go to my friends to say, oh yeah, let's go and do this, let's go and do that, because I have someone else that I can just do that with. But even then, nice. It is very nice. You should try it. But even then, you still have to remember that once again, you are still brothers and sisters in Christ. So you can't neglect the other aspects of your life, and you can't be consumed by this person because it's not your ministry yet. Anything else you want to know?
No, that was great. Thanks,
man.
That's the word. That's the word. So I wanted to ask you guys, because I've seen it on Twitter a lot. And I just wanted to ask, can Christians use dating apps?
I mean, eHarmony was a dating app set up for Christians, was it not? Or by a Christian, actually. So
I haven't heard about eHarmony in a hot second.
Yeah,
eHarmony adverts all the time.
I think it's for like serious people.
Yeah, it's for the serious people. They might be a bit older and they're looking to settle down. But in I don't know, because we have so much social media, like a guy is meant to pursue a girl, so he can do that, and he doesn't even need to be on a dating app to do that. But if you don't have game, then you might want to eliminate that aspect and just go off your looks, and then hopefully something will happen then, and the character will speak for itself, because you don't need the one-liners or the or fill out this form. This is emergency. I need your name, number, etc. I don't know. What do you national insurance? your mother's maiden name, first street that you lived on when you were a kid.
What school did you go to?
What school did you go to? Yeah, Ramadi, what do you think? Would you go on a dating app, a Christian dating
No.
app? Why
A
not?
Christian dating app? Um, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Um, my type likes me, so
Whoa.
Kid- I say this to my friends all the time, and I need to stop. Um, I'm trying to think. In what instance would I feel that it's necessary for me to go on a dating app? Um, I think Christians can use dating apps if they want to, but I think it depends on which dating app you're wanting to use. Um, because even though, let's say something like maybe Match.com or eHarmony might require a bit more like you to like a bit more elbow grease in terms of like setting up your profile, writing paragraphs about the type of person you are. I feel like that might be something that's okay. But if, let's say, for dating apps like maybe or Tinder, I don't know, whichever ones people use, where it's just like you're just going off the basis of like looks and you're just eliminating people, it can sometimes open up that cynical part of your mind where you're a bit more critical of other people. So in terms of like, someone could look perfectly fine, but because like they have a particular facial feature, you could have missed out on essentially meeting like an incredible person, or even like getting to know them simply because they have one particular facial feature that you don't like, or maybe the way their body is shaped, or maybe it just means that you're more likely to lust after people because you're like, this is what I want for this purpose. So if she doesn't have a particular body, if she's not shaped like a Coke bottle and her waist is snatched, I don't want her. But
Your
actually,
waist is a cutie.
it's cutie. If it's not snatched, I don't want it, kind of thing. And sometimes it just reduces people down to what they look like. Obviously, I'm sure that there are Christians who find suitable partners on those apps, but I think in terms of as a Christian being on there, not most people on those apps aren't Christian. So I don't know, on Tinder, can you put your religion there?
I mean, you can
And
put it
there
in your
are
bio.
some that you can.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know the other dating
Yeah.
apps, but just based off like the popular ones, I think it just requires a bit of wisdom to choosing which one might be appropriate for you. But because I don't think everything is like right, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, me? Oh, you want me to answer?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
You don't get to. No, I'm thinking, would I?
But do you, because you were talking about a particular feature on their face or whatever, do you think you need to be physically attracted to your partner?
Yes.
Of course. That's
You
not even a
can't sleep with
question. What the hell?
humility. I'm sorry. When you get married.
Yeah, 100.
But what if that person carries all the prerequisites that you're talking about?
Being attracted to them is a prerequisite.
Thank you.
Glory.
No, no, I'm sorry. If you're making onions cry and I don't find you attractive, this can't go far. It can't, because I think I'd start to get angry. This is really bad. Like, I'd start to get upset because I'd be like, I can't.
You
No,
ain't
and I
even
think
hot like that.
I'm like, stop talking to me. It's the wall. Don't look at me. I think it's important for you to like the person, because you're gonna see their face for like the rest of your life. And also like
They're
finding
gonna be your
someone
friend and
your
your
confident,
life partner.
exactly.
And your kids are gonna look like them as well.
Wow.
Think about it.
But I will say like
The
finding
views
someone.
of Anna Asiyama are not synonymous.
What
with
the
Second
thing
Nature
is,
podcast.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some people that I find attractive, my friends will look at me and be like, "Yuck." So I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that who I find attractive is not what someone else finds attractive, but who I find attractive is for me, and that's why they'll be my partner, not yours. So, like, you go.
This man is your man. This man is my man. What I will say is, I think finding someone physically attractive isn't just based on just how they look. I think there's a lot
How
of
they
things that feed
carry
into physical
themselves.
attraction. Yeah,
Yeah.
how they carry themselves. If
Their
let's say,
teeth,
their
their
teeth,
smile.
yeah, the lack of cavities, or even like, let's say for example, I don't know if your man was
Their
like a mechanic
trim.
or something.
Sometimes their trim. It just
Like
transforms
a
someone.
4-day-old trim when
Yeah.
it's just like fresh, but like not fresh.
Marinated.
You know what I
Marinated, yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
I was
girl.
gonna say, like, if let's say I'll give you the context of, like, let's say for example your man is like a mechanic or something, and you just see him like doing something in a car, you'd be like, oh my god, like, look at the way you're working that engine. Yes, add that oil, and I don't know what you do with cars. Put that petrol
She
in or
said, let the
diesel.
oil overflow. Glory.
Amen. But like I think a lot of things feed into like attraction, even like the way they laugh or like how they tell certain things or how passionate they get when they talk about certain things, that
Yeah.
feeds into attraction.
But you
So
have to make sure that that's not the thing you're attracted to. Like
exactly.
some women like men in uniform, let's say, and they only like their man when he's wearing a uniform, and it's just
Oh
like
my
you like the
God.
uniform, not the person. So get a grip and leave him. Like you
I
get what I
don't know
mean?
who you're
So
talking to, but
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
think
very
it's more.
specific, you
in
know.
it.
That's
No,
mad.
it was to
Hey,
do with
okay,
TV
leave
show.
She's like,
Sackington.
listen, Susan, listen.
Leave your man
Listen,
now.
Karen. You don't listen, Karen. But yeah, no. I think just from reminding yourself, actually reflecting and just reflecting on what you actually like about the person. Like if someone asks you what you like about your partner, you should be able to list 10 things
10?
easily off the bat.
A
Yeah.
lot. Actually, that's
If
unique.
That's
it's
a
someone
lot.
you're spending your life with,
No, that's
it
a
should
lot.
be
I'm
at
sorry, I
least
can't
10. Come on,
relate.
guys. Come on, guys. Like off the bat, like you should be like duh, 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 duh.
So
Like
Money.
yeah.
Money. Guys, we're kidding about the money. We're kidding. I was just
She's not kidding. She's not kidding.
see who needs enemies when I have friends like
There's another thing I wanted to bring up, guys. It's another thing I saw on Twitter. Haha, Twitter's just problematic. So
I'm so
basically
glad I'm not on Twitter anymore.
it was this guy who messaged a girl and basically told her, rejected her. Should I read it? I'll read it. So this is what he sent her, and I quote. You do understand that one of the main reasons why I didn't pursue you romantically is because you are intelligent enough not to be manipulated. I tend to pick off the weakest member of a herd, typically the craziest. You are far too mature and centered for me. I hope you take this as a compliment. Even though you are beautiful, I could not find a weakness. That clause made no sense. Even though you're beautiful, as if beautiful people have weakness. Anyways, that put me at a disadvantage. And as one who's obsessed with power, I could not pursue someone who I saw as an equal. Guys, that whole paragraph was not biblical. You are supposed to pursue someone you see as your equal, because then you'll be equally yoked.
Yeah, but come on. A lot of guys, well, not a lot of guys, there's a good number of guys that actually think like that. The moment he said, I didn't perceive, what did he say? I don't perceive you as equal, or I don't feel like I could have the power over you.
Yeah.
That's a lot of guys like mentality when it comes to relationship.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because it's a thing, because people see the whole submission complex.
Yeah, you have to submit towards each other, not just...
And then they take it as dominion.
Yeah.
And
power.
Some power. And just like,
Is he
I
a
think
witch?
like that. I was just like, that's crazy. But a lot of guys think like that internally, and that's how they navigate relationships. That's why I wanted us to address that.
Can I just say, I've always said, and I'll carry on saying until I'm in a relationship, singleness, the grass is greener on this side. Okay, the grass is greener on this side, because that kind of mentality, that's not someone who wants their partner to kind of like, if let's say an opportunity came up where I might, let's say, maybe earn more than you, or you might be a minister in a church, where I'm going to be like, I'm now going to become a deaconess or something. You now get pressed. You now be thinking, why? I can't dominate her. I can't do. No. So I think he needs to bin that. And even the idea of like, I like to pick up the weakest in the herd. Women aren't animals for your liking, for you to not be picking and choosing. As a man of God, no, that's not what a man of God should be doing. As a husband, it should be your duty, like, for you to see that your wife succeeds and your partner can really rise up to their potential. Exactly. But if you have now placed a barrier over, you can only reach this height, otherwise it's going to usurp my masculinity and my dominance over you. I'm sorry, I think that person needs deliverance, and I think they need to, no. I think they need to be counseled in terms of what true submission looks like, because believe it or not, that kind of person will find someone, they will get married, and they'll probably have children, and they'll probably pass down that way of thinking. But women aren't just here to be lowly, crawling things on the ground that you can just pick and choose which one you think might be suitable for you.
Yeah.
I think that kind of mentality is really flawed.
Yeah, and this kind of mentality can lead to like sexual abuse relationships and stuff like that. And it's the same kind of men that will be like, I'll never hit someone, never hit someone. When they get into these dynamics where there's a strong-willed personality in the woman, they kind of end up doing that without there being prior kind of build up to it. So I'd say if that's how you think, like, really have to be really introspective about this and really reflect. But if you know this is how you are, I would very much recommend getting therapy. Like, I'm not even trying to like take the piss or anything, but this needs to be fixed before you can even have a healthy relationship with women in general, even before having a relationship where you are dating to like marry or whatever. Yeah.
Please seek counseling from like someone more senior in the faith, maybe someone who's married or someone who can just mentor you, because I'm sorry, what?
Yes, everything that they said I agree with. It's not a good mentality to have as a guy, because not only will you have that towards women, you probably have it towards everything in life. When things don't go your way, you're thinking, how can I usurp this person? How can I dominate over this person? And if you're a Christian, if you call yourself Christ-like, um, to even have that sort of mentality, you definitely lack. You don't have any humility for a starter, and you have a lot of pride within you. So that definitely needs to be rooted out, because how would you ever even serve someone if that's the kind of like thinking that you have? Because you're thinking that you're doing them a favor. You're not even serving them. You're thinking, ah, come on, man, look at me. I'm like here, you're here. I'm giving you a handout, innit? But listen, if you don't serve me, then I don't think you realize the gravity of my position. So that can't run. No, definitely not. No. It's a no. It's a no. It's a no.
Bin it, please.
No.
Bin it.
Yeah, put it in the bin, as Anna would say.
The Lord Jesus.
Right, guys. Yeah, I think we're going to end it here.
That was a nice chat. I think this one was more of a chat. Like, it was a nice conversation.
Yeah,
like,
we should do this more often.
I know, like less structured, more conversational. I liked it.
Yeah. Aramide, will you be coming back? Well, actually, I have no choice.
Of course,
anyway. It doesn't matter.
she's on the team, guys. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm
She
here.
ain't got no choice.
Against your will.
Are you okay? Are you normal? No, I really do enjoy these conversations. And yeah, I like talking about like relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but just how we interact with one another, especially because we all kind of belong to a church, whether a physical church or we are part of the body. So the way we interact with one another is really important, and there's always room for improvement and refinement and care and love and kindness and forgiveness.
Word to that.
Right, guys. I guess we'll just leave you with the usual stuff.
Second nature.
Yeah. So Instagram, Twitter, Second Nature Pod, Second Nature _pod. Follow us. Yeah, I'm really loving the interaction that you guys give us. Like when we put out questions in our stories, you guys give us some really good like answers. Yeah. Sometimes I read the answers, I'm thinking, this is a sweet one. This is a revelation. Come on.
Yeah. Also remember that if you have anything you want us to talk about, or maybe you want to be a guest, should I open it up to them?
Yeah,
sure.
Why not?
Oh yeah, maybe you want to be a guest to talk about something. DM us on Twitter or Instagram. We monitor both. Or email if you want to be formal.
Dear JIREH and Anna. Please reply back to me in an appropriate manner.
Yeah, if you have any pressing questions you want us to explore, because we won't always have the answers, but we can explore it for you. Let us know. And don't forget to follow at New Nature Chloe.
We're 28 episodes in, and every act Anna still gets wrong.
No, because my brain was thinking this is Second Nature podcast, but then I was like, no, this is New Nature. So then my brain did both at the same time. But follow at New Nature Chloe, for the drop. You don't want to miss that.
Yeah. we really put a lot of work into this. So
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's not like we're not trying to do a cheap thing here.
we're not trying to do no willy-nilly
Yeah.
e-commerce because what's that? Elijah always used to cuss out clothing businesses. But yeah, we ain't trying to do that.
And
go
if
on.
you purchase anything, send us a picture.
Oh yeah.
Oh
we love
yes, yes, we would absolutely love that.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we put a lot of work into this. We put a lot of thought into this. We actually have a lot of friends who have brands, so we've been doing a lot of like discourse with them. They've been teaching a lot of stuff. Yeah. So it's
So we
not a
hope you
thing that
guys
we
like
just
it.
yeah, it's not something that we're just done on a whim. So we're putting our passion, creative outlet out there. You know what I'm saying? Gang.
Gang.
It is what it
Aramide,
is.
do you want to drop any socials, or do you just not want people to stalk you?
It was her birthday yesterday, so happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
This isn't necessary.
you. Yeah. Do you want to tell them your age, or is that not appropriate?
I'm not shy.
Are you?
I am no,
30.
no, I'm not. JIREH, you need to stop telling people that. You need to stop. And I think it's a privilege to see a new year because, especially what's going on in the world. So I will proudly say my age. I am 24 years old. I'm not just a small child. Have some respect when you talk to me.
That's our number. That's the second nature number because it's Ephesians 4:24.
Yeah.
That's that nature number. Come on now.
That's our nature. Come on. I'm kidding. I'm still the same person, but yeah, I'm so happy. I'm 24. I'm so excited. My social media handles, it's Aramide __y for Instagram because someone copped Aramide _y.
Oh wow.
Or just Aramide. And on Twitter it's Aramide _y. Do they know how to spell it? It's pretty.
Aramide, ARAMIDE. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And don't forget, guys, we're gonna do the giveaway for Dave Creates One Day I Will Fly merch that will be dropping soon. So we've actually got that exclusive because I don't even think he's gonna drop that yet. So when we announce
the exclusive drop,
because the intro for the song and the outro for the song is Dave Creates. So go stream that One Day I Will Fly EP because it's a sick EP.
Sick.
He released his first ever music video.
Oh yeah, go check that out on YouTube. Search Dave
breaking
Creates.
news.
No space.
Yeah.
Also, just because it was Aramide's 24th, her nature / Kobe year. Jeez. Tweet us if you are 24 and tell us if it's your new nature / Kobe year. Yeah.
Aramide's thinking, who's Kobe?
I know he's a basketball player.
Oh, okay. He was
his number was 24. So when people turn 24, they say it's their Kobe year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It sounds unnatural if I say because I don't know I don't know much about him, but Kobe, yeah. Who? I wish.
Oh Lord. All right, guys. With that, we say peace,
love.
24.
Yeah, that works.
And all them things there.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace out, guys.